Teacher forced me to remove my hat. I had a surprise for her. When I was in college, I was in a car accident. My car got hit from the side. This was in the days before airbags and seatbelt laws. 1 second I'm driving and the next I'm halfway out the passenger window watching a pool of blood run off my head. Next second, I'm in the ER receiving 13 crude stitches for 11 inches of wide open scalp. I lost more than 2 pints of blood and a large patch of hair. I also lost my favorite white fishnet t-shirt, but that's a separate tragedy. That Friday of a Labor Day weekend was how my name shows up in the newspaper list of Labor Day weekend accidents. Tuesday comes and I go to class at the local college. Being a teenager gave me the gift of immortality. There I was, fully ambulatory, just 4 days after the serious car accident. I'm wearing a hat to cover the fresh injury. It was a white Panama hat with a bright 80s style hat band. As this was 1983, everything was 80s style. Hobbling along, I made it to sociology and took a seat at the back of class and settled in. Well, the teacher noticed me, and the conversation went something like this. Excuse me? Could you remove your hat, please? The teacher had her own sense of propriety. My hat didn't fit with proper classroom attire. Sorry. I was in a car accident, I replied. She probably took me as one of her rude students muttering another list of excuses. Take the hat off. You cannot wear that in my class. She was not happy with my hat. At all. Well, okay then, off comes my hat. Roughly a third of my hair had been shaved off. The wound was still pink and puckered. The seam had a line of dried blood in it. The wound began an inch beyond my missing hairline and continued back, branching into a Y shape. The surgeon's instructions were to keep the wound clean, dry, and unbandaged. Lucky for all in attendance, my mother had washed my scalp the previous day. She used the word gore at some point to describe what was washing off. Imagine you're one of my classmates. There were gasps, then a moment of silence, and the teacher goes, well in that case you can put your hat back on. I won't before a little malicious compliance. But miss, I can't wear hats in class, I replied. I mean, I can do it, but I don't want to break any rules. Please put your hat back on. Okay. If you insist, and the hat went back on my head. My advice is not to engage in malicious compliance on the first day of class. That was the only C I received that semester, even though I thought I did pretty good, but that's a separate tragedy.